I'm sorry, I can't read, is it Russian? Hey Nathan, I'm glad you like my necklace. I got this while I was away. I thought it was really cute and it was super cheap at the markets at Noosa. So I was like, yes, that's for me. Okay. All right, let's get started. I don't know if I can even translate on here. No. Happy New Year, Irene. Nice to see you. Thank you. Okay. Just wait for some more people to come in. If you want a free card, just let me know. That Palo Santo goes out so quick. Is there love for me this year? Okay, let me just, give me 1 second. Okay. Let's see what's coming up in love for you, Irene. Oh, Ace of Cups, new beginning in love. So I like it. But the message behind the Ace of Cups is that you need to fill up your own cup first before someone can come along and love you right, okay? Because we set the bar and we teach other people how to treat us by the way that we treat ourselves. So if you love yourself properly, other people will be able to meet you at that level and offer you the type of love that you deserve, okay? I don't want you to worry too much. Move away from any person or connection that stresses you out or compromises your peace. Because if it's meant to be, if it's a healthy connection, it's not going to keep you up at night. It's not going to keep you guessing all the time or, you know, doubting your own worth and lovability. They're saying turn your back on people who can't love you fully, okay? Hey Lydia. And I want you to move in new directions that light you up. You know, with the Eight of Cups, there could be situations in your life, Irene, that aren't making you happy anymore. Spirit is wanting you to claim the life of your dreams. And when you have the courage to do that, you know, you will manifest someone good. Okay, I'm good, Lydia. Thank you for asking. What's your question for me? Just waiting for Lydia's question. I don't know why you want me to say 6 and 7. Is it to know if I'm Kiwi or Australian? I'm just waiting for Lydia's question. I kind of want to use this new deck. It's the Bibliophile Oracle deck. I got this while I was on holidays and it's kind of cool. Hi, Tony. So if anyone wants a message from this new deck, okay. Alright, so let's see. This can be like a just, what do you call it, a collective message. Okay, so angels and spirit, what is the collective message? So this is for everyone listening. What is the collective message? What does everyone need to know right now based on the current energies? Ooh, the romance novel. There's love in the air, guys. This is exciting. I feel like 2026 fares a lot better. Fares a lot better. What am I talking about? Than 2025, let's put it that way. The romance novel says there's sparks. Like your favorite romance novel, this card invites you to daydream, fantasize, or be swept away by love. Make a grand gesture to someone else or to yourself. Demonstrate how much you care and feel free to go over the top. Okay, this could be, leading up to Valentine's Day. Roses, chocolates, and midnight rendezvous beneath the Eiffel Tower. Create a moment that is straight out of a romance novel. Regardless of your relationship status, this card says, fall in love with your life. Take yourself on a date. Allow yourself to woo and be wooed. And remember that one connection could change everything. I don't know what that person is talking about giving political answers, but sure. Thank you, Crimson Lion. Hi, Richard. So I'm just going to ban this person because I don't know where my moderators are. Hi, Joseph. Okay, so I don't know, is Lydia still here? I can't see any comments with a question. Hi, Aaron from California. Okay, Lydia. I think Lydia wants a love reading, but I'm just going to give her a few more moments. Ciao, Anton. I speak very good English. Well, thank you. It's my one and only language. I wish I could speak other languages. I guess tarot is a language. Lydia says, can you please let me know what do you see happening for me in 2026? Awesome. Okay, let's see. I'm going to use this deck first. I'm from Sydney, Australia. Okay, angels and spirit, please show me what does Lydia need to see. Oh, Christina's here. Hi, Christina. Happy New Year. All right, angels and spirit, please show me what does Lydia need to see. What is coming up for Lydia in 2026? What are the major themes and events for Lydia, please, spirit? What are the major themes and events for Lydia in 2026? Courage. So I feel like they want you to move in new directions, even if it feels unfamiliar. Step out of your comfort zone. Let's see what else. Oh, you've got relationship. Hi, Geeta. Hi, Michael. Hi, Bruno. Hi, Joseph, Casey. All right, so you do have relationship here, Lydia. You might want to get some rhodonite to help you manifest this and help you to release obstacles and blockages to attracting love. So rhodonite will help you clear negativity in existing relationships as well. Black is the color of the root chakra, so it gets to the root, bringing emotional wounds and scars up to the surface to be transmuted. The color black is grounding, so it can stabilize ongoing relationships. So the affirmation on this card is, as I release old emotional wounds, it opens the door for me to embrace love to the fullest. Let's see what other themes come through. We're going to use a different deck. They're wanting you to join in, so don't kind of isolate yourself too much or you know, don't stay home too much. This is a year for you to get out and experience new activities, things that maybe you've wanted to try, but for whatever reason you haven't. Maybe you want to go to new places, get out of your usual routine, usual environment, and make new connections. Yeah, hobbies. They're wanting you to, you know, start a new hobby. You've got important decisions this year. They're wanting you to make conscious decisions that are in alignment with what you want to manifest for yourself. And you're going to be receiving lots of heavenly signs. So Spirit wants to point you in the right direction. So pay attention to little niggles and nudges that you might be getting from Spirit. Let's see what the tarot says is coming up for you. The Star. So your wishes are possible this year. So whatever you wish for can come true so long as you take inspired action and you keep the faith. The Star card is a card about faith and optimism, okay, as well as wish fulfillment. So whatever you believe is possible. Angels and Spirit, please show me what's coming up for Lydia in 2026. What's coming up for Lydia in 2026, please? You've got a little bit of hesitation here with the Hanged Man in the reverse. So I feel like Spirit wants you to throw caution to the wind. This is not a time to hold yourself back or hesitate. This is a time to dive headfirst into new activities, as we were talking about before, okay? So don't overthink things. Take inspired action. Please show me what does the year need to see for 2026, please, Spirit. And don't resist change. You've got the Death card in the reverse. Let things that need to come to an end so that you can make way for new beginnings. It's a 1 year, and it's also year of the horse. So it's not a year to kind of stay stuck in old patterns and, you know, repeat mistakes that you don't need to relearn. This is another card about joining in and, you know, being part of a team. So I would recommend group sports or group activities, volunteering. I'm going to just finish your reading with a card from this general advice deck, and then we're going to move on to Christina. Yeah, the comment section is already wild because I don't have my moderators here. So I'm going to have to do my best to remove people if they get out of control. I mean, it comes with the territory. There's always going to be keyboard warriors and crazy people, so just ignore them. Okay. They really want you in 2026 to live life to the fullest. You've got a card that says, remember you will die one day. So stay focused on the miracle of life and do not waste time. Decide who and what is worth the short time that you have in this life. And be very conscious about where you are investing your time and energy, because the next card says no success will come unless you invest your energy in something. Your energy at the current time is already invested in things, just not the things that make for a successful life or a successful love life, right? So make a solid choice about where you know you need to be committed and dedicated and put your energy into that. I saw a video on TikTok the other day, I'm never on TikTok, about even though this is a 1 year in numerology, because what you do is you reduce double digits into a single digit. So it's 2026 adds up to a 10, but you do 1 plus 0 and it's 1, but it's a 10, right? So the binary number 10 carries the energy of the 1, which is about new beginnings, but also the 0, which represents source. So you're co-creating with source this year, and whatever effort you put in, Spirit will meet you halfway. It will match you and help you manifest your desires. So don't waste this year, don't squander this year. Your hard work will pay off. So stay focused and persevere with whatever you want to manifest. and you will get there, okay? I'm going to hide this user on my channel. Okay, so Christina says, Happy New Year. Hello, Happy New Year to you too. I would like guidance for the next 4 weeks. Okay, let's have a look at the major themes over the next month. What can Christina expect over the next month, please, Spirit? Ooh, in your bag. It looks like money is going to be good. Luck is on your side. By the way, you're a Capricorn, aren't you? So happy birthday. You've got happy endings, good outcomes coming, because we've got the finish line. So challenges will have been overcome by the time the 4 weeks is out, okay? So things are improving. You've got the community fridge. It says be of service. I feel like this could be a bit of a collective message as well, because I'm seeing this card a lot for all of my readings pretty much. It's coming out that if you pay it forward, if you give out good energy, if you are generous of spirit, the universe will reward you. So while we should be of service with no expectation of reward, you will be rewarded. So do what you can with what you have, whether you want to volunteer your time. It doesn't have to be, you have to donate money. It's just have goodwill, and you will like what you see in return. The universe will, as I said, reward your goodwill, okay? So do a good deed, be of service over the next 4 weeks. Let's see what the major themes are for you. Success. See, you've got good outcomes coming. If you're waiting for decisions to be made, they're going to be made in your favor. This card talks about abundance and success. This card says, when you can see your divinity and know that you deserve the highest and best, you can create success in every area of your life. The affirmation is, I connect with my higher self before I take action. When I do, everything I touch brings abundance and success. They're wanting you to see the good in everyone. Be supportive of others. This is an extension of the message about being of service and being, generous of spirit. Help someone in need or help a friend who's going through a difficult time. That's going to be important for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me. You've got the need for faith. Blue chalcedony is known as the faith stone. It reminds you to have faith and trust that the universe has heard your requests. Doubt, impatience, and frustration may be blocking the universe from delivering what you want because there is a misalignment of energies. But if you are happy and hopeful during the process, things will turn around quickly. So remain faithful no matter what is happening, because things are actually going to turn around in your favor. It does feel like it could be your birthday season, because I'm seeing a lot of personal power coming in for you. So when it's our birthday season, we're more effective, we're more influential, we're more noticeable. So draw on that personal power that's available to you right now, courtesy of your birthday season. And you got law of attraction. Anything that you put your mind to, you can accomplish at this time. But remember, your outer world is a reflection of what's within. So be mindful that your thoughts and words are shaping your reality, okay? Now let's see. I want to just do a message from this particular deck. Hello to those of you who have just joined. I'm doing paid readings, but if you want a 1 card free, let me know and I'll try and get to as many people as I possibly can. The paid readings are, of course, more detailed. Angels and Spirit, what does Christina need to see for the next 4 weeks? What is the guidance for Christina? Okay, you've got, if you tell yourself something long enough, you'll believe it. If you fail to take the time to question why you do what you do, you can become convinced that you can't do anything else. So you could be limiting yourself in some way, telling yourself that you won't be successful at something, or something's too hard for you to achieve. Spirit is saying, don't be your own worst enemy. Believe it is possible, and it will be possible. Challenge negative thought patterns, okay? Practice mental self-discipline. There's a need to have more faith in the divine, because you've got divine protection and assistance available to you at the moment, but you could be just getting in your own way. There's a card that says more effort, more thinking, and more planning won't work. You have to know when to hand a problem over to the divine to handle, okay? Yeah, there's a message here about the need for faith. The game of life is rigged in your favor, and there are angels playing on your side. So stop pushing so that you can allow for what you want to take place. So that's the message for you. I hope that that was helpful. Let's see who we have. Thanks for subbing. Oh, Angelica's here. Hi, Angelica. Thank you so much. Angelica is my moderator, everyone. Let's do, is it Rika? Who wants to know, what does the other person feel? Let's have a look. Where's my tarot deck that I want to use? Okay. How does this person feel towards Rika? How does this person feel towards Rika? Whoa, okay. You're going to discover something. Something is going to come to light. With the Seven of Swords in the reverse, there's going to be like a revelation or a confession of some sort. How does this person feel towards Rika? Could be that this person has yet to heal from something from their past. It could be a previous relationship they're still holding on to. How does this person feel towards Rika? Yeah, I'm getting this person still has a toxic tie from their past. So you might learn about this in the coming days with that Seven of Swords in the reverse. Whatever you need to see, the universe will let it be known, okay? Brittany, can you add me as a mod on my other channel? Do you mean, I'll talk to you about it after, because I don't really know what you mean. You're welcome, Christina. Okay, let's see. Anyone needing a mini message? Now is the time to ask. What I mean by mini message, I do the really quick messages free, and then if you want a detailed reading, it's a payment to Super Chat or PayPal. Details are in the description box. Danielle, do you have a question? It helps if you have a question, otherwise it's going to be a vague message. Let's see, we're going to use this deck. What does Danielle need to see? I'm just going to get a general message from this deck, and then hopefully it makes sense to you. What does Danielle need to see, please, Spirit? Okay. There's something that you could really, really want. You could be hoping for a relationship, for example. Spirit is saying you need to act as if it's already here. You need to give thanks and feel the elevated emotions associated with this desired event before it actually occurs. This is a Joe Dispenza kind of notion. When you're in a state of gratitude, you transmit a signal into the quantum field that an event has already occurred. So imagine that desired reality so completely and feel as though whatever you want is your reality at this very moment. And then the universe can conspire to actually make it happen. But if you feel like, for instance, you can only be happy when you find that special someone, then you're putting your happiness always a day away. You know, you think that it's a pipe dream. No, you have to imagine that you're waking up each morning already next to the person of your dreams. Feel as if they're here. So what does it feel like? Imagine what it feels like to wake up next to them and plan the day together and laugh together and do nice things for each other, you know, be in that kind of headspace so that you can manifest that reality quicker. Okay. So Jennifer, what is KB's intentions for me? Let's have a look. Okay, show me KB's intentions towards Jennifer. Show me KB's intentions. Interesting. Just bear with me a moment. Clarify these intentions. Getting a little bit of emotional immaturity from this person, or they're not very good at expressing themselves. And I feel like this person isn't confident that they can be the person that you're looking for. So maybe they feel like they're out of your league. Maybe they view you as someone who has high standards or someone who's high maintenance. That may or may not be true. I'm just saying how this person views you. But the first two cards were giving me the impression that this person is lacking the confidence that they can, you know, win you over or maintain a connection with you. They see it as too hard. Okay? And we've got the Star in the reverse. So this is someone who lacks optimism that something can eventuate here. Okay, so it may be coming across to you that this person is lazy. They're not even putting much of an effort in their mind. It's like, well, why? What's the point? Because I don't think that I can actually make it happen. So that's what's coming through. Jose, it's not actually a collective reading. I'm taking people's questions. Thank you, Jack. I don't normally get Jamie Presley, but I'll take it. I think she's lovely. Jester, I don't know why you felt the need to comment, but anyway, no worries. Let's see. Thank you, Stella. Let's have a look. My question is, how do I get over my emotional eating and see food just as fuel and to nurture me instead of control me? It's good that you are aware that you're an emotional eater. With any kind of addiction, what we do is we have to replace it with a healthier alternative, okay? Because it's a coping mechanism. It's a trauma response. So it takes work to reprogram ourselves. There's a reason why you're an emotional eater. It helps you cope. but you have to find a healthier way to cope with situations. So for example, when you feel the urge or the temptation or the craving to emotionally pig out, let's call it that, you have to train yourself into a new habit, okay? So you might want to do something else that feels good. And then your relationship with food will improve, and it will no longer be your safety blanket. Another good strategy is to acknowledge that you actually feel worse after a session of emotional eating. And yes, it feels good in the moment, you know, you scratch that itch, but then immediately after you feel sick, you feel guilty, you feel shame, you feel fat, you feel ugly. So if you remind yourself that it's harming you, it's causing this, what's the word? It's it's just not good for you. It's easier then to replace it with a healthier habit. So it's just about pivoting to something healthier, and then before you know it, it's not even a problem anymore, okay? So be patient with yourself. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, so you overcorrected. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get a message for you from my general card deck, and then we're going to take, there was a message after your question, let me just find it. Elena. So let's go back to Stella. Let's see what this deck says. Yeah, you already know that it's a form of control. Like you, because if you look at anorexia, for example, it's like you feel in control when you starve yourself. You've got a card that says you do not need to be in control in order to be safe and have things work out in the best possible way. So let go of your attachment and fixation upon your problems. It can be surprising how much we hold on to things that we wish to be freed from. And now this is the collective message that I keep seeing, all right? I've been seeing this literally every day while I've been doing my readings. Acts of service will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams. Giving service without thought of return is what's needed of you at this time. The good thing is, when you do something nice for someone, you actually, you're more focused on how you can help them through their problems, and it diverts your attention from your own problems, okay? So being of service, volunteering, maybe joining a support group, helping other people through similar situations will be of assistance to you. And this is an interesting one. It says you may be doing things that you don't like in order to get what you want. And we know that. So staying in a job that you hate in order to get money is an example. There is no way to have a happy life if you're spending so much time doing things that you don't want to do. You have other options. Change your strategy, find an enjoyable means to get what you want. So think about the feeling that you're striving for when you're emotionally eating, okay? Find a healthier alternative way that can achieve that particular feeling, that can help you feel safe, that can help you feel in control without being so destructive, okay? It's as simple as that. We always overcomplicate these things. And yes, mental disorders are complicated. Sometimes they require, complicated interventions. But in your case, try and keep it simple, okay? You're welcome. Okay, so hi, Cara. Next person is... let's see, who did I say it was going to be? I'm just scrolling back to that message. Is it Elena? Is Elena still here? She wants to know, am I currently dating someone who will become a long-term partner? Let's have a look. I'm sorry about your loss, Cara. So where is this connection headed for Elena? Where is this connection likely headed for Elena, please? I want to say that there's some work that needs to be done in order for this relationship to develop into something more serious. You've got the Five of Wands, which talks about competition and rivalry. In a potential relationship reading, it would talk about you maybe feeling like you have to compete for his attention, like maybe his priorities, maybe he's got other priorities that are fighting for his attention. So I would say resist the temptation to fight for someone's attention. Make sure that this is a balanced give and take connection, all right? The Justice card calls for balance. It's not going to work if you try and overcompensate for his lack of effort. So for example, let's just say that this person's really busy. They could even be a triathlete, okay? They could be training to compete in some kind of triathlon. And so in the morning they wake up and they have to go to swimming training, and in the afternoon they have to run. And then by the time they make time for you, you're getting scraps of their energy because they're exhausted. That would be an example of the Five of Wands, you having to compete to slot into this person's busy schedule. Don't make the mistake of, because you have more time on your hands, thinking that so long as you make up for this person's lack of time and effort, then something can develop here, okay? That's what I'm seeing in the cards. I just want to get one more message for you. Let's see. Get back to Elena. There we go. What does Elena need to see in this connection? You've got a card that says you don't have to have it all figured out in order to move forward. You might be a bit of an overthinker as well. So while there are some changes that have to happen, maybe he needs to accommodate you more in his schedule. Maybe you need to figure out something that's going to work for the both of you. It's not a no, it's there's potential here, but adjustments need to be made. I hope that makes sense, okay? Hi Lee. I don't have a French accent, no, I'm Australian. You're welcome, Elena. Hi Phoebe. It is a scorpion. I'm a proud scorpion, everyone, and I'm very proud of this necklace because I chanced upon it by accident at the markets, and it was like super cheap, and I was like, yes please, I will add that to my growing jewelry collection. And I don't need any more, but you know, how could I say no to this scorpion? Cara wants to know, will you hear from this person? Will there be a message from him? Let's see. Show me if Cara will receive a message from this person. flirty message, but this person wants to keep it light. Show me, will this person reach out to Tara? Got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't see it leading anywhere. If a message comes that like there's nothing that's going to come from it, you know, they're not going to follow through with plans. Do you know what I mean? So you need to manage your expectations. I feel like this person is avoiding this connection. So this is you waiting for a message. This person is like drifting away, sneaking away, okay? This person really struggles making decisions. Maybe they like to keep their options open. And we have this person, maybe they're a breadcrumber. Maybe, you know, they keep people on a bit of a rotation, is what I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune. But we've got Page of Wands in the reverse. Ultimately, this person doesn't want this connection enough to follow through with plans and communicate on any kind of consistent basis. We've got a question from Phoebe. Okay. Jose wants to know when I'm going to find love. Okay, we'll do that after Phoebe. Let me see. Phoebe. How does Michael feel towards Phoebe, please? This could be a slow burn. Seven of Pentacles is a really slow moving type of connection. It can also be someone who's unsure if they should make a move, because the Seven of Pentacles is really like, do I make a move? Do I not? Is this going to go anywhere? Is it a bad idea? That type of thing, okay? Angels and Spirit, please show me what does Michael want with Phoebe? Yeah, there's a lot of hesitation on his side. He thinks about you, but with the Hanged Man in the reverse, something is holding him back. What is the extent of Michael's interest in Phoebe? I feel like this person likes to be in control. Maybe they don't like to risk rejection. There could also be another party in the mix, because we've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse next to the Three of Swords in the reverse. This person could still be healing from something. And we have the Three of Cups. Whenever I see more than one cards, three cards, it means that there could be a third party, okay? I feel like this person is curious about you. I feel like they think about the possibility of something long-term with you, with this Page of Swords next to the Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like you should maybe not give this person too much mental energy until such time as, or unless they are clearer in terms of how they approach you, and if they, you know, should they make an advance towards you, that's when you should give them mental energy. But until that time, I wouldn't be, because the Nine of Wands in the reverse is saying, let go of any fantasy that you may have about this person. They're coming through as the Knight of Wands, so this isn't a stable energy. So yeah, they don't have any particular plan. They haven't made a plan to approach you. So you would do well to kind of focus on other things. I hope that that helps you. That's funny. All right, so okay, Kara, sorry, I did maybe I was reading another energy for you. We'll get a message from your dad just quickly before we move on to Jose. Let's see, what does Kara's dad want to? I'm trying to interpret the cards differently. So they were coming out as this person not following through. Maybe there's some regret that your dad wasn't able to show up for you in the way that he would have liked to when he was alive. Angels and Spirit, please. But he's saying, I had to leave this way. I feel like this is less about the way he left the world, and it's more about the way he left things with you. So he feels that, well, he's got some regret about how he conducted himself or how he handled his relationship with you. That's what's coming through. Yeah, he's apologetic about not being present for you. Not talking to you, not being present for you. One more message for Kara. Yeah, he's saying, I've not always been the best at expressing my feelings, but I hope you know that I love you so much. So even though he may have been at a distance or he wasn't able to show up for you in the way that you would have liked, he wants you to know that he still loves you, okay? Now, Jose asked a question. Thank you, Benson. Jose says, I just wanted to know when I'm going to find love. Okay. Jose, if you could just comment hi or send a little love heart, just so I've got your name at the top and I can channel your energy. I'm going to get a card from the Singles and Relationship Oracle deck. This is what you can do. So this is going to be practical advice regarding like meeting new people with the potential for love. And then we're going to get a timing card, okay? Jose, what does Jose need to see? I feel like you could be giving off an energy that you're hard to pin down or you're hard to get to know. You might have a bit of a defense mechanism where you keep people at arm's length. That's what I'm seeing. And I feel like it can be a bit of a repellent, to be honest. Yes, like it can work for some people. Like if they come across as elusive, it can make people want to, catch that person and secure a relationship with them. But for you, it would be counterproductive. Thank you, Kara. Spirit is saying you're missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. And they're saying you don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. You might even do this as a test. Like if you keep people at arm's length, it's like you almost want someone to prove their interest in you. You want them to chase you, but it's not going to work, okay? So you need to let go of this need to be chased. I'm going to get timing for you. When is there going to be a positive development for you in the love department? All right, is Jose still here? Jose, where are you? When can Jose expect a positive development to take place in love? We've got next couple of months. You got 3 months from now. There could be someone with potential. So that's what I'm getting for you. All right, so can you tell me if my mum or dad, who both recently passed away, have a message? I'm gonna just I'm gonna ask for a message from your mum, Laurie Rain. Let's see. Your mum's coming through and saying, only my physical body is gone, and I now know that our bodies are just a small part of who we really are. Do not hesitate to talk to me. I can hear you at any moment. Oh, you might miss talking to your mum. You might miss getting her advice, but she wants you to know that she's still there. And even though it might feel like a one-way conversation, you can ask her for signs. There's so many ways that spirit can communicate with us. They can communicate through song lyrics, through dreams. You know, I could go on and on. So I hope that was helpful. So we've got Phoebe again. Is there any new romantic relationship coming in? All right, let's have a look. I'm going to see timing. Angels and Spirit, please show me. When can Phoebe expect a positive development in love? When is there going to be a new opportunity? When can Phoebe expect a new opportunity in love, please? Got March. March might be an opportune time to meet someone new. You've also got June. They're saying it's time to move forward. Just bear with me one moment. PayPal's just bumped me out. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get a card from this deck as well for you, Phoebe. Okay. What does Phoebe need to see in terms of love? How can Phoebe manifest new love, please? How can Phoebe? It's so funny, because this could be in relation to Michael. You've got a card that says you may be chasing someone unavailable. It might be that you're not chasing this person actively, but they're taking up a lot of your headspace. So, I feel like just be conscious of that. It might be a pattern that you're attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable. Usually that means that you are avoiding your own feelings. You're being emotionally unavailable to yourself. If you can fix that, then you'll start to be more attracted to people who can show up for you and meet your emotional needs. Yeah, so you can't experience true intimacy until you open your heart and be yourself. Like maybe it's maybe you seek out people, or you are attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable because there's a part of you that feels like having a healthy or more normal relationship with someone who's connected to you is too much work, is too demanding. It could be a defense mechanism. Maybe you feel like a healthier relationship is threatening in some way. Maybe there's some trust issues that you need to resolve because you've got fear of cheating here. I'm also seeing a pattern where you could tend to move too quickly in the early stages, and it's a form of sabotage. Allow relationships to develop more slowly, okay? Because this card says you get too serious too soon. Get to know each other more before committing fully. Okay? Hope that makes sense. And it could be that Michael is still interested in you, but it's a slow burn. So just see where it leads, but keep your options open. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, you guys are funny with the Margot Robbie stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do, is it Othel? Othel 4175. Let's see what you need to know about meeting the love of your life, what you can do, so practical action that you can take to meet the love of your life. Interesting. Spirit is wanting you to take time to figure out what you want, because, and you probably have been told this by people close to you, you have really high standards. And while it's good to have high standards and not to settle for less than what you want, no one's perfect, right? And you've got a card that says you could be seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter, because you may be setting impossible standards for someone to meet. Be less demanding, okay? So they're wanting you to get clearer about what you will accept and what you won't tolerate. Be a little bit more flexible is what they're saying, okay? Because especially after you reach a certain age, and I don't know how old you are, but you know, we have to compromise a little bit, because I'll tell you now, I'm 38. Yes, I feel old. And unfortunately, because I still haven't met my person that I'm going to settle down with, I find that as I get older, there's more and more issues that people are going to have. Everyone's got baggage, but there's a obviously some people have more baggage than others. I've never been married. I don't have children. So that's not a problem for some people, but for other people, you know, they could be wanting someone without children. I'm not saying children are baggage, but so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But some people have more baggage than others. You have to be a little bit more accommodating, because, as I said, as we get older, there's going to be more issues that you're going to have to contend with. All right. Hi, Craig. Pedro, you're funny. My girl broke up with me 3 months ago and we have a 5-year-old. What do I do? So do you want to reconcile with this person, Freddie? I just need to get clearer on what question you want me to ask the cards. Oh, see the grey says if you had $1 for every time you heard it. I actually get it on a daily basis, guys. And I'll tell you one thing about the Margot Robbie thing. It's very flattering. I'm so flattered that people think that I look like her. But I don't like it when, in real life, when people say, has anyone ever told you? And I try and brush off that question because I can't win with that answer. Like, I don't want to say, yeah, I get it all the time, because it sounds like I'm on myself. And then I don't want to lie to the person either. So I kind of just laugh and giggle and say, oh, thank you. You know, I think it's great that you think that I look like her. But then when they ask the question again, it's like, I heard you the first time. There was a reason why I brushed off that question. You know what I mean? Anyway, I try and be humble, you know. I don't like arrogance, and as I said, I'm flattered that people think I look like her. I joke sometimes that she looks like me because I'm older than her, but I'm glad that that resonated with you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna, if anyone, okay, so Craig wants a random one card. All right, let's use this deck then. It's a general deck. Craig. What does Craig need to see, please? What does Craig need to see? What does Craig need to see? So this is a really powerful time for you, Craig. You're no longer stuck. You've got a card that says you've reached a new chapter. Have gratitude for all that's past and what is yet to unfold. We are conditioned to feel helpless, but exiting the matrix is very simple. Recognize your own power. You create your own world. So it's almost like you've overcome the worst. You have learnt from some challenges. And now the way forward is clear. You just have to claim what you want in your life. This is a time for you to create the life of your dreams. It's a time to move forward. And make changes. They're saying you don't have to stay stuck, or you don't have to do things the way they've always been done. Take your power back and actively move beyond situations. Even temporary setbacks will lead to big wins if you avoid reacting to temporary conditions that arise when you make changes and reach for something greater. Rise above emotion and observe from a place of non-attachment. I hope that was helpful. Hi, DMCD. The ex and the 5-year-old, no, I needed a clarification about that question. So do we get that? I do private readings, yes. I wanted to know whether he wanted to reconcile with the ex, the baby mama. Hi, Lena. Oh, Booze You Lose is from Norway. Amazing. All right, so hi, Miss Edgy. Happy New Year. I'm just waiting for Freddie's clarification. and I'll just pick people at random. So ask your questions, guys, and I'll just pick people I'm drawn to. Oh, Ireland, amazing. I love Irish people. We've got Miss Edgy from Germany, amazing. Gosh, I would love to see Germany, but I'm a little bit scared to travel there at the moment. I am going to be in Austria in the middle of the year. I'm going to be a nerd and do the whole Sound of Music tour in Salzburg. I loved that movie growing up. Wow, Tech Oracle 1 from Ghana. Amazing. I'm good, thank you, Lena. See the Grey wants to know about love life this year. Okay, I think Freddie's gone. I'm sure that Angelica will tell me if Freddie's still here. Let's do Daniel. Will I find a new job? And who wanted to know about love life this year? Can you just repeat your question? Because I get distracted with the comments. Daniel, will I find a new job? Let's ask, when will you find a new job? When will Daniel find a new job, please? When will Daniel find a new job? Oh, we've got next week, looks promising. Yes, see the Grey. You've got next new moon. So next week, it looks like it's imminent. I'm seeing a new job imminently for Daniel. Okay. Oh, wow. Lena's originally from Italy, my favorite place. So Aaron Small, was it you that asked about the breakup 3 months ago? I'm getting a bit lost. I think that person was Freddie and they've left the building. So I think we will go to, hi Sharon, I'm going to do See the Grey, Love Life. Let's see. I'm going to pull from the Singles and Relationship Oracle cards for you. So in order to find love in 2026, this is your practical advice. Do you have shoulder pain? I'm getting pain in my right shoulder. You might carry stress in your neck, but I am getting shoulder pain. Okay. I feel like you could be a bit of a people pleaser. Spirit wants you to enforce stronger boundaries. Otherwise you'll end up with people who take from you and leave you feeling, disrespected and depleted. It's better to be alone than to stay in bad relationships. So be okay with being by yourself, but don't give up on love. I do see love in your cards, but you're going to need stronger boundaries because that will communicate to potential partners that you know your worth. They're going to respect you for it. And you've got a card here about the need to let others know that you're interested. Maybe you need to flirt more and be more approachable, okay? So, let's see. Hi, Victor. Okay, Miss Edgy. Let's get a general message for you. Miss Edgy, I feel like you need a creative outlet. Because I just burped when I picked up the cards to get a message for you. Usually burping means that you're holding something in. So I feel like you've got some blocked creative energy. Miss Edgy, what does Miss Edgy need to see? So it could be anything from doing a vision board, journaling about your thoughts. So writing is a form of creativity, painting, singing, music, dancing, whatever creative outlet that you feel drawn to. And I feel like this year is a time for you to usher in change, embrace change, make friends with change, because change is never painful. Only the resistance to change is painful. So think about what changes you'd like to implement in your life. You know what they say, change is as good as a holiday. So what changes do you feel excited about? What little things that can you change, then that will give you courage to maybe make some bigger changes. It's like you need a new season to inspire, because the next card says those who are without hope will find the gate to heaven closed. Hope is like an elixir that can save us from any situation, no matter how messy. But I feel like what will give you hope, or what will restore your hope in love and in life, is to make some moves. You know, get unstuck, move away from stagnant situations. Oh my God, you got another card about change. It says change is not in the hands of anyone else. You can't wait for others to do something to get to where you want to be. You need to make choices no matter how difficult. It's interesting. And I feel like in terms of your ex, you say you lost your ex some time ago. Does that mean you lost them as in they passed away, or the relationship broke up? Because there's something about you're not seeing the final verdict. Another piece of the puzzle will reveal itself soon, and it will help solve a difficulty or question that you have. There's something that was never clear, or you didn't get closure, or there was an answer that eluded you that's coming. So I hope that makes sense. Taish says, how is my 2026 looking? Life, work, love. Okay, let's see what the major themes are for you in 2026. Taish, let's see. What's coming up for Taish in 2026, please, Spirit? You've got a lot of growth around you. So personal growth, learning new skills, moving forward, progression, maybe even new adventures. So self-improvement. You've got a card that says you'll be feeling more safe and secure this year. So I don't know if you're moving away from previous fears that held you back, but whatever's going on in 2026, it's promoting a sense of safety and security. So I don't know if this is more money or even a stable relationship, something that will kind of ground you. An area of your life that was a little bit unstable is going to be stabilized, okay? You've got a card that says you'll be releasing hesitation, and for you, I feel like fears. You'll be releasing fears, uncertainty, and self-doubt. You'll be more determined to follow your dreams and stay the course. In 2026, nothing will deter you from reaching your goals. I'm seeing a lot of healing and meditation. So I feel like there's a lot of self-work and self-growth coming through. Let's see what Spirit wants you to embrace, like what qualities, attributes, energies Spirit wants you to embrace in 2026. Okay, let's see what should Taish embrace in 2026, please, Spirit. Adaptability. It says the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It's reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life. In order to bring about the changes needed to reach your fullest potential, approach things lightly. Okay. What does Tage need to embrace in 2026, please? Intuition. You're encouraged to follow your feelings and intuition. This is a reminder that your personal power is in your own hands and that you are free to take flight at any time if you find yourself in a situation that doesn't suit you anymore. Yeah, and I do feel like that there could be travel, because take flight really kind of stood out for me on that card. I'm drawn to a deck that I haven't used for in a while. It's just over here. It's the Soul Truth Oracle. Just bear with me a moment. What is the message for Tage for 2026, please? What does Tage need to see for 2026, please? Yeah, so fears and blockages are being lifted. You're starting to see things differently. There's a card here that's saying you're no longer telling yourself things or giving yourself reasons why you think you don't belong or you can't do something or you won't get there or you're not enough or it's not for you. You're believing in the limitless possibilities that are available to you, which is good. So your horizons are expanding as a result. Yeah, and I am seeing travel. Look, to where does my soul want to travel? They're wanting you to put some plans into place, because when we travel, we grow, we open up our little worlds to more adventure, thrills, patience, understanding, trust, and oneness. Our hearts and minds expand and our desires are satisfied. So where is your soul calling you to visit? Pick a location on your desired list, choose a date when you'll get there and start planning, okay? You've got, where can I ask for more help in my life? So I feel like there's more support and assistance available to you. It could be financial support, it could be emotional support, but the point of this card is to highlight that it's okay to ask for help. Ask for what you want and be open to receiving it. And then it goes hand in hand with the next card, which says, am I communicating my needs? Your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? Journal these answers. Your relationship with money is going to change. So I do feel like money is going to improve this year. And you'll be less fearful. You're going to be more focused on what you could possibly gain from new experiences rather than what you stand to lose. Okay? That's interesting. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards just to see what you can expect in the love department. What does Tage have in store when it comes to love in 2026? Four of Cups. What I'm getting is don't despair, because even though this is a card about missed opportunities and rejection, Spirit is saying open your mind and heart to connections that you may ordinarily dismiss. Okay, because see how an offer is coming in, but this person is oblivious to it. It's because they're focused on these other things. And these other things could be failed romances, past connections that left you feeling disappointed. Spirit is saying there is going to be opportunities for love, but you're going to need to be more open. See how he's closed his arm. He's closed off. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Tage need to see when it comes to love in 2026? The Fool in the reverse. Move in new directions this year. okay? Because in this card, it's reversed, it's blocked energy. The Fool is about moving in new directions, throwing caution to the wind, traveling lightly, stepping out of comfort zones. When it's in the blocked position, you know, maybe you're afraid to move in new directions. You're not taking risks or trying new things or being open to new connections, okay? So just be aware of that. Let me just see. I'm going to use the why deck. I'm going to say, why is the Fool card blocked? And why did Taish get the Four of Cups? Show me why these energies in the love department. Why these energies in the love department, please? To show you what truly matters. Interesting. To show you what truly matters. So you're going to be tested this year in love. It doesn't mean that all of your love experiences are going to be negative, but what's going on is going to help you. In the long run, it's going to clarify what you're looking for when it comes to relationships. And Spirit wants you to focus on yourself. Look at that. Because you need to focus on yourself and to teach you patience. I was getting that in the tarot. They showed me the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And for me, that means have patience. Love might not be coming as quickly as you would like this year, but it's just because you need to focus on yourself. It's an opportunity for you to get other things right in your life, and then love will come along. So you might need to fix, you know, your money situation first. Spirit wants you to focus on yourself before love comes in. So I hope that that was helpful. Oh, thank you, Sam. That's so lovely. Thank you so much for that comment. Hi, Nina. Happy New Year. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do Mitch. Wants to know the direction that he should be taking next in life. Let's see what the tarot cards say. Interesting. Okay. Spirit wants you to master yourself and become aware of what is blocking you. There's blockages with the Ten of Wands, okay? This is heavy energy. This is things that you could be holding on to, burdens, responsibilities that don't belong to you, expectations, anything. They could be limiting beliefs. Think of what could be burdening you. Fears. They're showing me the Moon in the reverse. So things that are hiding from your consciousness. Things going on deep down that are blocking you. They're wanting you to bring them to the surface for healing and release. So you've got the King of Cups in the reverse. This card in itself talks about emotional blockages. And you've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Knight of Swords in the upright is a man on a mission, okay? When he's in the reverse, it's almost reinforcing these other cards, which suggest that your soul's mission is blocked right now because of what's going on under the surface. So I feel like you need to dive deep and really get to the bottom of, you know, what could be holding you back. What I'm going to do for you, Mitch, is I'm going to shuffle a deck over here, which could help you get to the bottom of what could be holding you back. I'm going to use, this is like a shadow healing deck. So what is blocking Mitch? What is blocking Mitch, please, Spirit? What is blocking Mitch? What is blocking Mitch, please? Insecurity. You've also got disequilibrium. So the insecurity or low self-esteem card is saying, how do you feel about yourself? Do you love, like, and respect yourself? What is blocking you from seeing yourself as a divine being? And what is at the root of your insecurity? Your affirmation is, I have everything it takes to make this journey. I believe in my own power and abilities. I see the divine in me. I love and accept myself as I am. And the disequilibrium, stress, pressure, and burnout card is asking you, do you often feel overwhelmed and stressed? Why? What can you do to tend to your own needs? Maybe you're taking on other people's responsibilities as a distraction, or in order to avoid your own stuff, right? So what changes can you make in your life to balance and ground yourself more? And how can you effectively recharge yourself? The affirmation is, I recognize all the pressures in my life. I honor and respond to all the needs that my body has. I focus regularly on my own well-being. Hi, Adam from Perth. I'm going to do Chris next. Hi, John from Doolin Island. Amazing. You're welcome, Miss Edgy. John, ask me your question. Okay, so I want to do Chris, who's at a crossroads. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. I'm going to use this general deck here. Chris. Okay. I feel like you could be afraid of making the wrong decision or making the wrong move, and it's keeping you in analysis paralysis. You've got a card that says, don't fret endlessly over any errors in judgment. Move out of the vicious cycle of self-attack and see the right beneath your wrong. So maybe it's not you're afraid to make the wrong decision. Maybe you keep beating yourself up for previous mistakes that you've made. They're wanting you to take responsibility for bringing love to your own wounds and be devoted to feeling good about yourself. You've also got a message about the need to rest in the void and allow for a new way to emerge rather than trying to force anything right now. It's not wise to try to build a foundation on shifting ground. Be patient and trust that you will know when it's time to act. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful. Okay, so hi, can you please also do my reading next? Guys, because these comments come fast and there's a lot of them, I don't remember what your comment was. So you're going to have to ask me your question again. Let's do... All right. I'm just trying to scroll to find questions. Nathan's here. Okay. Hi, Irene. Thank you for donating. Let me just quickly check Nathan's question. Do you see me ever having a child? Let's have a look. Angels and Spirit, please show me, will Nathan have any children? I do feel like it's possible because you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. And I see her as the mother, the nurturer. So there is a woman here that could bear a child for you. Got the Temperance card. There could be a sense that, maybe you feel like you're running out of time. The Temperance is a card about divine timing. I also feel like this could also be IVF. There's something here about, like, maybe you'll meet someone who's frozen her eggs or has to go through the process of IVF. Because, like, this card speaks about chemistry. You can see how the angel is pouring two substances. So there's something here about it might not happen in the traditional way. That's what I'm getting, okay? So, okay, Freddie's question is here. Irene, I know you've donated. Let me just go back to Freddie because he asked me a while ago. I'm just going to get a message from this love deck for Freddie, and then we're going to go to Irene's question. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Freddie. What is the guidance for Freddie, please, Spirit? There's a communication blockage here. So I feel like that was the main barrier in your relationship that just ended. It's almost like maybe the two of you couldn't resolve things because it's almost like the issues got lost in translation, or the two of you didn't make enough of an effort to hear the other one out. Like, you need to be an active listener within a relationship. You need to listen to the person's body language. You need to listen to what they're saying, but also you need to listen for what they're not saying sometimes. You've got a card that says a successful relationship is one that communicates rather than controls by anger. Pain, therefore, becomes a vehicle for communication, which provides a much bigger reward than anger. Sometimes we give the other person silent treatment as a way of punishing them because they didn't act in the way that we expected or that we appreciated, but that doesn't resolve anything, right? We need to keep communicating until such point as we both feel like we're walking away having won. Everyone talks about, you need to compromise within a relationship, but sometimes compromise is not what you should be striving for, because then after conflict, each party feels like they have to sacrifice something, or, each party should not feel like they're in sacrifice, because that breeds resentment. The point of communication is to resolve things and reach a win-win situation where possible, okay? I don't want to labor the point anymore, but I hope that was helpful. Let's go to Irene's question, which is, what can I look forward to in 2026 in love and career? Okay, let's do love cards first, and then we'll do career. Angels and Spirit, please show me what can Irene expect in love. Oh, I think that was you got the Knight of Wands. Let me clarify that. So the Knight of Wands can talk about you meeting someone while you're traveling or while they're traveling, but it can also be fleeting connections, people who are here for a good time, not a long time. So you might need to be a little bit more discerning so that you don't rush into connections and, invest in people that aren't ever going to really make an effort to meet your emotional needs. They're just there for one thing, if you get me, okay? So avoid disappointment by getting to know people, ascertaining whether they're on the same page as you, they're looking for the same thing, they share values in common and things like that. You've got 3 knights here. There's going to be a few people, a few options available to you, but that means that you have to be discerning, because not every option is going to be good. But I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying don't rush into connections, get to know the person in order to avoid disappointment. Okay, let's see what else Irene can expect in the love department. Yeah. Keep it light, keep it playful while you're getting to know the person, and give yourself an opportunity to qualify them, qualify the suitors. Are they worth your time and energy? If not, show them the door. Yeah, because I do feel like there is the potential for people to waste your time this year. So it's just really important that you qualify them, is the message that's coming through. Before we move on to your career, I just want to see what this deck says. Actually, 2 more decks regarding love advice. Yeah, the bear is here, and it's saying it's time for you to stand for your beliefs or your truth with strength and confidence. You're free to roam at will and follow your path. So just keep it moving. You're going to meet a number of different suitors this year, but you're just going to need to know who's worth your time and energy. Yeah, and that is going to require self-love. The peacock is here. It's saying you will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There is deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. And the final deck that I want to use in terms of love is this one. Yeah. This is interesting. You've got a card that says, if you make it too obvious that you're excited to get something, some people will be tempted to dangle a carrot in front of your face. So the message on this card is, don't make it bleedingly obvious that your number one goal is to lock in a relationship, because it's too easy for potential suitors to be on their best behavior in the beginning and say and do all of the right things before they get what they want. And then, they show their true colors, or they disappear and they ghost you. So this is why it's important to qualify your suitors. Take your time in getting to know people, and the wrong ones will weed themselves out. Okay, so let me repeat this message for you again. If you make it too obvious that you're excited to get something, some people will be tempted to dangle a carrot in front of your face. Yeah, there's something here about you need to keep your cards a little bit closer to your chest. If a man feels like you just really want to lock down a relationship, it's going to diminish his attraction and respect. So this card says he must feel that you choose to be with him, not that you need to be with him. Sometimes women make the mistake of giving off this energy that a relationship is the key to their happiness. You need a man to choose you, to validate you, to make you feel desired. And then that, it's not the right approach. This card says you want a man to see you as an equal partner, but the only way to do that, to achieve that, is if you've got your own life, your own goals, your own interests, your own friends, and you don't need a man, but you would like a man, everyone deserves love. We won't go into that. But you need to give off that energy that it's okay if he doesn't want to be the best person, the best partner for you. He's not the one for you. You need to give off that energy and take that approach. Because if he feels like you're just wanting to take whoever comes in and shows an interest in you, then, as I said, it will it will diminish his attraction and respect. Now, let's have a look quickly at what you can expect in terms of work. The card deck, there it is, the one I wanted was right in front of me. Let's see what Irene can expect in terms of work in 2026. Whoa, okay. You've got the investment card. It says invest in your education and make some big plans for the future, but they're saying take calculated risks but save something to fall back on. You've also got the connections card, so build bridges between people and contact those who can help you, because your professional network will be setting you up for the next opportunity. So there'll be people who you know that can open doors for you in 2026. There could be work-related travel this year. And I'm seeing the influence card. It says, use your influence for change. You may do public speaking or have some kind of a platform like YouTube, for example. Social videos or interviews. Your voice and opinions are important. So that could be like a side income, a side hustle that you start in 2026 if you haven't already. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to do, is it Arthur? I don't know how to say your name. Aurtho. Arthur? I'm not sure. I'm going through financial hardships. Let's see what the Angels of Abundance have for you. Let's see, what is the guidance? Ortho, I don't know what your name is, let's see. Interesting, you've got donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. Now, this has been a collective message coming through. The last week, Spirit is kind of telling everyone, the more generous you are of spirit, the more willing you are to give your time and energy to causes and people who may need it, the more service, like, you know, the more you are of service to the world, the more that the abundant universe will provide for you. So think about what time, supplies, money, or other resources you can donate to ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Okay, so pay it forward and you'll start to see improvements with your money. I'm Australian, for the person that asked. So Manu says, I'm going through separation. We both are on the verge of being homeless. Tell me, please, would I get a shelter in time and get property in child custody? So Manu, I'm very conscious that my phone is running very low on battery. I'm going to see when your living situation is likely to improve with the divine timing cards, okay? But there's too many questions there. There's no way I'll be able to get through them. Angels and Spirit, when can Manu expect his living situation to improve? You've got by the end of the day. So it looks like it's imminent. You'll find somewhere imminently. something more permanent in August. Yeah, August, September, you'll be more settled. But I feel like something short term is about to become available. Yeah, the time is now. So you don't need to worry. Thank you all for joining. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I come on here often to do these readings, and I'll be getting back into my star sign readings as well. So I'll be back, guys, and take care. Bye.